So maybe VR isn't dead after all. For the last several weeks, the VR community has been reeling from the news that Meta has been pulling money out of Reality Labs and cutting developers from their roster, firing hundreds of people and putting even more jobs on thin ice. They shut down 3 of their acquired VR game studios, canceled the Batman Arkham Shadow sequel, killed Horizon Workrooms, and basically told their enterprise customers to pack their bags. But then Meta's CFO, Susan Lee, said something during their Q4 earnings call that kinda caught my attention. She said that Meta still has optimism in the future of VR and confirmed that they are, in fact, still building future headsets. That's plural. Headsets. Not headset. Headsets. Now I know what you're thinking. Dan, they're just saying that to keep investors happy. Actions speak louder than words. And honestly, that's a fair take. But there's a lot more to unpack here than just some corporate PR speak. Buried in the details of this earnings call are some hints about what Meta's actually planning, how they're thinking about VR profitability, and whether or not that Quest 4 that we've been hearing about is actually still in the works, or if it quietly got axed with everything else. So today let's break down exactly what Meta's CFO said, what it actually means for the future of VR, and whether or not we should be buying what they're selling. Alrighty guys, welcome back to Fix My Oculus, the channel where we fix, repair, tear down, and talk about all things VR. And today we're trying to figure out if Meta is actually still committed to VR or if they're just telling us what we want to hear while they quietly shift everything over to Ray-Bans and AI. Now before we get started, do not forget to like and subscribe for more VR related content like this. So just to get everybody caught up on what's been happening, it's been a rough couple weeks. Reality Labs started laying off over 1,000 employees focused on VR and metaverse products. Bloomberg reported on that earlier in the month. Quest headset sales on the whole are down. AR glasses sales have tripled, and Meta is pivoting in that direction. All signs seem to be pointing to Meta just calling for an abandoned ship on its VR ambitions. And due to that, community feeling is definitely not at an all-time high right now. So what did Susan Lee, the CFO of Meta, actually say, and why do I personally think that it might not be the end of times just yet? Well, Lee said a few things that I found interesting, maybe not hopeful exactly, but at least worth paying attention to. She talked about having optimism in the future of VR. Now that could just be corporate speak, but maybe not. A more concrete thing that she mentioned was that they're developing multiple headsets. And she was pretty definitive about that. And developing multiple headsets doesn't sound like the plans of a company that's trying to abandon the entire market. She also acknowledged that consumer adoption of VR has generally been on a slower growth path than wearables. And I mean, that's fair. It's been kind of a rocky road getting VR out to the public. The ambitions of the early VR boom have kind of been tempered by reality. The hardware still has some growing to do, and the software still has some growing to do. And the future where every household is plugged into VR just hasn't materialized in the way that I think a lot of people hoped. Some of her other comments, like rebalancing our Reality Labs portfolio and meaningfully reducing investment in VR and Horizon this year, reflect this attitude of sort of trimming back and reassessing. For the same reason, the increased investment in wearables is an attempt to chart a more profitable course for this part of Meta. And I think the keyword here is sustainable. You're going to hear me say that a lot in this video. But here's what I think is the most important thing to take away from this. They're reducing, not eliminating. And there is a difference. But what does that mean for us as consumers? I think it's important to consider Zuckerberg's comment about making VR a profitable ecosystem over the coming years. A lot of the loss that we've been seeing from Reality Labs is spending on things like R&D for what is a relatively new ecosystem. Reality Labs' Q4 spending was roughly $7 billion against $1 billion in revenue, so that's roughly a $6 billion loss. But here's the thing, a lot of that loss is going to be spent on things like developing viable AR glasses and developing just better hardware in general. And I mean, you'd hope that they think that the payoff is going to be worth it if they're still investing in R&D. I think that the expectation is that 2026 will be the peak for losses, and that 2027 will start to see those numbers come down as the group shifts from growth at all costs to sustainable profitability. Some of you may have seen the leaked memos back in December, or you may have seen my video about the leaked memos. Those mention a few things. An ultralight headset with a tethered puck, which has been delayed to 2027, a gaming-focused Quest 4 4 that is supposedly in development, and also a large upgrade over the Quest 3, and the fact that without subsidization, consumers might be looking at a higher price point. Now, there's been speculation that the Quest 4 may have quietly been canceled along with everything else, but the language in this earnings call, the fact that she's talking about multiple devices still being in development, suggests to me that they've still got their hands in it. Maybe not at the scale that we've seen in the past few years, but they're definitely not out. Now let's talk about the studios. I think it is worth bringing up the studio closures specifically for a second. Games cost money to develop, and unfortunately people just weren't buying in at the rate that Meta needed to make it work. It wasn't that the games were bad. Batman Arkham Shadow was pretty well received. I've talked about it on the channel before. I enjoyed playing it. But for companies to keep investing in games, people need to actually buy them, and not enough folks were doing that. So Meta just doesn't want to develop games anymore because they weren't making money on them. That doesn't mean that they're abandoning VR entirely. It just means that they're pulling back from the first-party game development. Which, I mean, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of a hit. You know, it's a lot of money coming into the industry, and they bought up a lot of those studios that basically don't exist now. But hardware is just a completely different story, and hopefully with whatever headsets Lee was actually talking about, that's where they're putting their energy now. Overall, I'm just not a doom and gloom kind of person. I don't think that this is the death of VR at Meta. It's not exactly what we hoped to hear, but I think it's a pivot, not an exit. The layoffs and the pullback from the level of commitment Meta was giving, that's going to be terrible for the people involved. Let's not overlook that. Losing your job sucks, especially when you're passionate about what you're building in a field that just doesn't have a ton of major players. But from a business perspective, Meta isn't completely washing their hands of VR. They're just trying to stop a few years of serious losses and turn this into something sustainable. I think we're not going to see as much investment from them as we have in the past, but it might signal that they're trying to approach VR in a more realistic way. And honestly, that could be what VR needs in the long run. Sustainability and pragmatism instead of pie-in-the-sky optimism. If Meta can prove that VR can be sustainable, that attracts more investors, more partners, and more companies into the space. And if Meta can't make it work, if one of the richest companies on the planet with basically unlimited resources throws in the towel, that just sends a really bad signal to everybody else. Other companies could rise up and meet that demand, sure, but the momentum that the industry has right now, that could stall out for years. Even with Meta's budget cuts and rollbacks, I still think 2026 is shaping up to be a pretty good year for VR. We've got the Steam Frame coming, we've got competition from companies like Pimax and Play for Dream and Big Screen, and Samsung just entered the chat last year with the Galaxy XR. Plus, if you didn't watch my last video, you've got other small companies coming out with headsets like Lynx with their R2. Meta pulling back doesn't mean that VR is dying. It actually might mean that the VR market is just maturing. The gold rush phase is over. Now we're in the build something sustainable phase. And again, that is just not necessarily a bad thing for us. Look, I've been doing this for a while now, and I've seen a lot of companies make a lot of big promises and then quietly walk them back. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everything Meta says is gospel. But things like building future headsets and optimism in VR from a CFO during an earnings call, that's not nothing. They have to answer to the shareholders for those kinds of statements. So for now, I'm cautiously optimistic. The Quest 4 is probably still coming. VR at Meta is probably not dead. And if they can figure out how to make it profitable, then we all win. But what do you guys think? Do you think viewing this as a pivot is realistic, or does it feel like the sky is really falling? I am kind of curious to hear where you guys land on this, so let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you make sense of what's going on, or you think I might have had a point or two, hit the like button. It really does help us out. And if you're not subscribed already, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Also, do not forget to check out our website, fixmyoculus.com. If you want to support the channel, you can check out our merch, and if you need your VR headset or controller repaired, you can request a free shipping label to send it in for evaluation. But anyway, that's really all I got for you guys today, so we will see you on the next one.